So I moved here about 4 years ago into a home that had a nicely manicured, what I think was professionally lawn care, mowed and fertilized and weed controlled property. And I did the typical, mow it when it got tall, water it when it looked crispy, put a little weed and feed down whenever I thought it needed it. Anyway, had a bad weed infestation, as you can see, about 1.5 years ago. And it was devastating. Septic tank. Filthy wall. I'm going to take care of that soon. So I got on the YouTubes. Met a bunch of you guys, and here I am in the middle of a renovation. One of my neighbors just said, throw down some sod. But I learned so much in the past year that I know that this is easily fixable. You got one little plug of Bermuda and you can cover the world. But I just need to cover this. And it's coming along. So let me show you a little bit what I've done. Well, most of these ornamentals, the smaller ones, I put in myself. Especially all this. That's my shed. It's huge. Love it. I'm gonna paint it soon. One of these years. All this stuff came from the Master Gardener plant sale. It's gonna form a nice hedge eventually. Banana shrubs. They're awesome. This is the worst of it right here. The South Side Jekyll and Hyde yard. It probably had everything in it. A little bit of Bermuda because it gets a lot of shade in the afternoon. I think it had some, well, it still has some centipede and some zoysia, maybe a little St. Augustine. And my least favorite of all, Bahia, or by hell no, because MSM turf is coming for you. I just found a ton of plants on clearance. Vitex, Texas lilac, $5. Not bad, huh? But look at all this. It is terrible. This is the part I'm struggling with the most. But I'm going to show you what gives me the most hope. And I wish I had a before picture of this time last year when I started. See if I can find one and upload it. Man, I tell you what, this is coming along beautifully. It really is. And here is why. And all these little runners here. I'm trying to keep these little guys happy because what they're doing is turning into that and filling in the spots. And I also discovered when you have a bare spot that just seems like it will not cooperate, dig a flower bed, like right here. I'm replacing these 3 in the middle. They seem to be dying for some reason. I don't know what happened. I found these hollies to replace them. $4 a piece on clearance, and they are beautiful. So when I dig a new flower bed, or when I see grasses doing really well in one spot or growing overboard like that right there, that big clump, it's going to be transplanted somewhere. And that's what I've done with this whole area right in here. It was completely bald about 2 months ago. Some drift roses. If you have some roses that are not doing too well, send them to me. I can't kill them. As bad as that looks, to me, it looks fantastic. Because every day it looks different. That Bermuda's just creeping along with some other stuff. That's ugly. Anyway, check this out. This is what it should look like. And this is what it will look like all over. You look closely though, you see these little dimples? I wish I hadn't pulled all the weeds that I found last year. I wish I had just blasted it. Because I have all these little dimples and divots, so I might have to get into some serious lawn leveling once all this comes back. That's okay though. I got these little plugs here. And they're doing okay. But what I'm seeing that's doing better are all the little runners all over the place. They are just on fire. Now, one thing I have been doing, since my ground is so compacted, I've been using the compaction cure. From Greene County Fertilizers. Can't say enough good things about that. I've also been hand watering when I see new growth coming up and I see it spreading. Well, I'll give it a good dousing daily if I can. Shorter ones if I know I'm not going to be able to, a couple of days. Or rather, a couple times a day. So this is where I got those plugs. I'm gonna get these guys in somewhere around here. Next to my Taiwan cherry. Another Master Gardener plant sale find. Along with this parsley hawthorn. These things are beautiful when they're blooming. Now this monstrosity here was all Bermuda, believe it or not, when I moved in too. And it was completely bare over here. This is Palisades zoysia. Got it from one of the local turf outfitters. They have a retail center not too far away. This is just a little fungus. I'm not going to worry too much about it. I'm spraying some F-stop on all my turf where it's looking like that. And hoping for the best. Love that sound. Yeah, so I just bought a bunch of pieces. I know it's going to spread. Just looking to see what's going to happen. I'm into tinkering to see what will happen. Some more pieces that I bought. The fungus has not yet taken its toll on that. Hopefully I can ward it off. No, 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 no. Don't do that to your crepe myrtles. You gotta let them... You gotta let them grow. Yes. No. Alright. Rant over. I found this red bud growing wild in a planter at my old job. Took it out, brought it home, put it in the ground. It's doing alright. My new river birch. Planted that about a year ago. Couldn't ask for more with that. And that's my baby there, my Japanese maple. Can't see it really, but I've got a lot of little runners I've plugged in here and there. Just trying to remember where they all are so I can keep them watered. This is new. At least how thick it is. Look at that. Look at that. It's beautiful. These gardenias were so full of blooms. It came over and touched the ground. I pruned this back a couple of days ago after they were all faded and discolored. All this in here was pretty thick Bermuda, but so much the gardenia had grown over so much that it had pretty much blocked all the sunlight. But it's coming back. Look at that. See? Coming right on back. This was my to-be Zen garden. Not much Zen going on here. Storage. Now these little guys for, I think they're like $3 a piece on clearance. Not a thing wrong with them. Another $5 Vitex. This area here, when I moved in, was all Bermuda. Again, not very thick. Get some shade in the afternoon. This time last year, it was nothing but dirt. But a couple of those. Anyway, I could go on. Just wanted to say hi. I love this community. It's really special. I think we're all learning an awful lot, no matter how much we already know. I love that lifelong learning. One of my daughters wants me to form that into the shape of an elephant. I did a garlic bulb / Hershey kiss last year. I don't know how I'm going to do that though. Alright. Thanks for hearing me out. So that's my lawn. Flies everywhere. Gnats down here are terrible. Anyway, like and subscribe. There's another lawn care channel. Can't have too many, can we? Tell your friends. This is what's behind me. Isn't this awesome? Let me know if you have any ideas, if I missed something. Otherwise, I'll see you soon, and hopefully we can all learn together. Later.